Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy Deathkiller Trey, aka Trent. I had to bust the VTuber out model for this one. Today we're talking about these these upcoming patches for the 16th. And I got to be 100% honest. I am not a fan of them at all. Well, not a fan of one big part of them. And if you read the dev notes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So Clara is getting a nerf to her dash steal. It's a nerf. It's not even just a nerf. It's a crippling nerf. Like, if you haven't seen the patch notes, let me go ahead and show you right here. So here's what we got going on. Right, 3-on-3 freestyle. 16th. They forgot the one here. Dev notes. Hello ballers, this is the 3-on-3 Freestyle development team. We would like to express our gratitude to our dear 3-on-3 Freestyle ballers. We are here to inform you about the 16th dev notes with the 6th dev note regarding the upcoming updates on April 16th. Nathan, Reunion, and First Friend. Our new legend Nathan is seeking his old friend to form his old crew Reunion. Nathan in stories. Nathan, who hails from an orphanage, once teamed up with friends to sweep many competitions. However, they gave up basketball for practical reasons and they split up. In contrast to his friends, Nathan decided on his own career path and continued to challenge himself. Nathan, who continued to play basketball, never achieved his dream of becoming a professional player. Instead of being frustrated, Nathan chose a new challenge found in a crew called Reunion and is on his way to find his friends. His first friend, Mari. You may find a mysterious character Mari in Nathan's full trailer. Mari is Nathan's close friend and his close friend who's always comes forward and helps Nathan when he and his friends get in trouble. Mari is the first one who Mari is the first member. Okay, they clearly messed up here grammatically. First member to come up in Nathan's mind when he decided to form Reunion. The 4.60 balance patch. This is the problem right here. In this balance patch, we are planning to adjust Clara's dash steal and less preferred characters. We're also considering changing the gameplay environment, such as time dragging and behavior and screenplay to enhance the tension until the last minute. It will be harder to keep the ball on self and you need more sophisticated tactics to use the screen. Based on the screen location or angle, the teammate shooting will be highly affected. The teamwork of the screener and the shooter becomes more important, and we encourage you to keep that consideration when you do screenplays. Here's the problem. Clara's dash stream steal max distance is being dropped from 325 to 275, and the 7-second cooldown added to dash steal. I think this is probably the dumbest and the most egregious thing you can do to Clara's dash steal. If you wanted to balance it, I feel like this is enough. Having the requirement of Clara players being closer to the opponent in order to effectively dash steal is fine. I think that's a good enough crutch, because then that fine line between dash steal activation and regular steal activation becomes thinner, and you have to really understand the distance in which you can activate a dash steal or you stall a dash steal for a normal steal. But simply just adding a 7-second cooldown, I feel, is completely egregious. I think that's way too much. I don't like the cooldown, because dash steal already needs heavy requirements to work on a somewhat consistent basis. Adding a 7-second cooldown is like saying, hey, we already know you're having a hard time getting this skill off in all the time, like, you know, every time you need it. Let's make that harder by shortening the distance and making you wait 7 seconds to use the skill again if you fail. I feel like it's stupid at that point. Like, if you're gonna add a 7-second cooldown, you have to make the dash steal a guaranteed completed steal every time it's used. To me, that's the only way you can add a cooldown so that it's not spammed every second of the day. Otherwise, just shortening the distance is enough of a nerf. You don't need to go any further than that. So I'm pretty sure there's not much else we can really do. I don't think that all the Claramains can just band together, tell Joycity, yeah, this is not what we want. You guys need to know this is not gonna slide. But I'm pretty sure it's it's all just set in stone. But yeah, I think this is the dumbest adjustment that they could have made for dash deal. I just like this probably would have been enough. But I guess it is what it is. On a lighter note, Helena's Smile and Love gets an increase by 7 points, and her hustle pass max distance and passing speed is also increased. Same for Ginger, she gets a pass distance and speed increase. Amanda's Dancer's Finesse gets a 7% increase, and her shot speed gets a 30% increase. Resilient Fighter activated by 20% chance when Clark's dunk is block, which is great. I don't know if this is an increase to the skill or if this is a additive thing, but either way I think it's great for Clark players. Of course, also long distance dunk is increased from 165 to 185, which I think is fantastic. So yeah, I guess this is the overall, like, the whole thing with the ceiling. If you hold the ball for 2 seconds or more in the corner, the probability of getting stolen and the stealable angle will increase significantly, which makes the opponent's chance to steal the ball easier. I think that's what they meant to say. In the last 20 seconds of each round, stealable chance, distance, and angle will increase in a far area from the 3-point line. As the end of time approaches, if you take the ball far from position, it makes the opponent's chance to steal the ball easier. So no more hogging the ball at the end of the match, trying to hug it in the corner. That's not going to work no more. It's going to make it easier for people to rob you of the ball. Now, you lose the game. Like that chance to lose the game becomes higher. So you gotta play the game regularly. Though I think the one workaround you have is probably to just pass the ball around enough times so that like, that's the thing, right? If you're just passing the ball around, you're not really worried about whether or not you're gonna get robbed because you're passing the ball around. So there's your workaround. Just pass the ball around, and if somebody takes a shot, they take a shot. It is what it is. But yeah, screenshot. I feel like this was already a thing. If you were screening in front of somebody and they tried to take a shot, the shot chance was dropped. But I guess this is, honestly, I don't know. I think this is too, I don't know why they're doing this. Why are you pointing this out? This isn't, like, I feel like our people already knew about this. They were already fairly careful with their screens anyway. Like, I get more people telling me not to screen in front of them as it is, so I don't see why you needed to make this a thing. Or maybe they're adjusting it so that, maybe they're clarifying, I don't know. All characters get a pass distance increase. Now you can pass. That's great. Review skills. Yeah, I don't think. I think they need to change this before they drop this patch. I do not think this Clara dash deal is the way to go. I think it's the dumbest thing on planet Earth. It's just not. I don't think it's feasible. Some UI improvements. Upgrade level and proceed to the same menu. Characters at once. Purchase insignificant manuals straight away. P-buff tickets straight away. That's great. But yeah, I do not believe that this Clara I just don't think the Clara dash deal thing is the way to go. I think that's probably just, like, there are better ways to go about it. I do not believe that this is the proper way to go about it. But hey, who am I, you know? I'm just a guy who plays Clara a lot. So yeah, but y'all let me know how y'all feel. I think it's dumb. I know there are some people who are celebrating this because they're tired of getting robbed by Claras. I know there are going to be plenty of people like me who are like, absolutely not, this is dumb. I'm sure there are people who don't care. Either way, I'm curious to see how y'all feel. I'm not a fan of it, and I feel like it's a kind of a slippery slope if you ask me. Because like, at what point do other skills get a cooldown like this, right? I understand like passive skills have a cooldown. I understand like characters that have stat altering skills will have a cooldown, right? Like I know Janessa has a skill where she'll change modes, but you can only do that a certain amount of times. I would understand if that had a cooldown instead, right? They decided to take out the limit and just put a cooldown. That makes sense. But just like a regular skill, like at what point do we start nerfing more skills like that? Like, when does Shadow still get that kind of cooldown? Or the deny intercept, like, or the intercept, when does that get a cooldown? You know what I mean? Manual block is cooldown. No, power block is cooldown. Block and catch gets cooldown. Like, at what point does it stop? At what point does it go too far? I don't want this to become a trend, especially not for my girl Clara. So, you know what I mean? It's like, I mean, everything else seems pretty good, right? The buffs for Helena are good. Clark, I don't play Clark, but I'm sure the Clark fans are happy. Amanda, I love Amanda. I don't play her enough, so works out for Amanda. But it's like, this one, nah, I'm not too sure how to feel about this one. But I guess, that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to talk about, because, I don't think it's great. I think this ugh, it's disgusting. I don't like it, not at all. But yeah, again, you guys let me know what you think, and I don't know how to end this video. Maybe I don't know, man. I'm just pretty frustrated about this, because I played this game fairly leisurely, but Clara's a character I invested a lot in, and I feel like if they're going to go this far for her, they should probably give people who did invest a lot in this character a chance to divest. Give them all their points back, their money back, their time, all that sort of stuff. Because this is not just like a light change. This is a pretty significant change to the character. You know what I mean? It's a pretty big change. But you know what? Again, who knows? Maybe there's some room for change. Maybe Joycity will listen and decide, okay, maybe the cooldown's a little too much. But I guess that's really only going to happen if they do the patch, they drop it, and it's not what they thought it was going to be. And, they decide to adjust it right then and there. We'll just have to wait to see what happens. But for now, I think the only way to close this video out is just to do the commentary for this here match. So we have 3 Giant G's, a Big Joe, I'm not sure who that is, I wasn't paying attention, and I think a Pedro. I want to say this is Joey, but that could be a Saru. But either way, Team Giant G's got the ball, 8-13. Team Giant G is losing. Going up to the basket, pretty crowded. Goes for a small little layup, hits it. gets a 10 to 13. Pedro has the ball, passes it to the SG who I can't place. I'm gonna just say this Joey out of safety. Passes it straight to Joey. He shoots it, and he misses. Big Joe gets the rebound. Giant G's looking for the block. He's on Big Joe. Big Joe passes it back to Joey. Joey passes it back to Big Joe, who passes it back to Joey. It gets blocked, but that doesn't matter as Big Joe gets the loose ball. It goes for the big slam to put them up 2 points. Giant G has the ball again. Looking to get some leeway there. Giant G's up to the basket, gets robbed. Joey passes it to Pedro, passes it back to Joey. Joey and a nice little sidestep. Passes it to Big Joe, slaps it right back to him, but Joey Geis didn't feel comfortable with the shot. Passes it back to Pedro. Pedro playing with him, gets the dunk, but gets blocked anyway. Giant G has the ball again, passes it to Giant G. Giant G takes the shot and he misses. Big Joe with the rebound, passes it to Joey. Joey hits it with a crossover drive, stop drive. Hits the three, 10 to 18. Team Giant G needs to clock in, lock in with the slammer. 12 to 18. They're 6 points down. If they can close the gap in the next 28 seconds, they may have a chance to take this into overtime. Pedro has the ball. Big Joe with the screen. Pedro's playing in their face. They don't know what to do. Passes to Big Joe. Big Joe playing in the paint. 10 seconds left. He shoots it. He misses, but it doesn't matter. Joey gets the rebound, tries to go for the double clutch, but it doesn't matter as the game ends and Team Giant G loses. Sucks to suck. Big Joe with the MVP. God damn. Big Joe with the MVP. And I guess that's it for this video. Like I've repeated over and over and over again. You guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe for more sparingly sparse. That's the word I'm looking for. More sparse 3-on-3 freestyle gameplay. And I guess I will see you guys next time. Peace.